Yes guys, welcome back at my YouTube channel. It's me, your boy Robert. Once again, I'm back. Yes, as usual, we always get a few facts that we talk about, at least to give awareness to those of our fellow sisters and brothers that don't know what is taking place right here in Qatar, and those that are willing to come over here and be part of this journey. Because I call this a journey that at least everyone has to try, in his or her entire life. Before you come here, it is very hard for you to realize that, the world is moving at a high pace, So I urge you guys to subscribe at my YouTube channel. And then today I am back with another video. So guys, I want to discuss with you some of the few facts that you need to know before you even think about coming to Qatar as a country. So guys, I urge you to subscribe at my YouTube channel. It's me, your boy Robert, and once again, I'm back with another video. Yes, guys. As I told you guys, there are a few facts that you need to know before you come to Qatar. I assure you, you need to know this before you even think about coming to Qatar. One, you have to work under a contract. So whoever is going to employ you as a worker, as an employee, whatever case it might be, you need to be under a contract. So you need to have this in your mind, that you need to have a contract well signed, and at least you need to read it in a language that you understand. If it's in Arabic, you need to translate it in English or any given language of your choice that you understand. One, you need to understand it before you sign it. Another point, working under strict supervision. Yes, this is a case here in Qatar, and for those that have been working in the Gulf for quite long, you know what I'm talking about. You need to work under strict supervision, and this supervision comes from the head. It can be from the manager, it can be from the managing director, it can be from the supervisor, it can be from your team leader, it can be from your HR. So whatever case it might be, you need to work under strict supervision. Another point, third point, do not sign any document. I'm saying it again. Do not sign any document in Arabic that you don't understand. Get this clear. One day I got a challenging experience that I signed a house contract that was in Arabic that I had not even read first. And this had to lead me into court. So it was a very big issue, and I had to I had to settle it up. So this gave me a very big challenge and experience that I got to learn, not at any given point sign in a document, even if it is your contract. Do not sign it before you read it, or if it is in Arabic and a language that you don't even understand. Another point, do not trust anybody. Yes, this is a serious point. Don't think that Qatar is, because it is safe, so you need to trust anybody. No, we are dealing with a lot of nationalities right here, so you do not have to trust anybody, because you don't know any of their backgrounds. You don't know where they live, you don't know where they sleep, you don't know what they're doing at night, so you don't have to trust anybody. So another point, always keep your QID with you. QID is the short form of Qatar ID. So don't even hesitate to go anywhere without your QID. If you don't have a copy of it, at least take a picture of it. Once you lose the original copy, at least you can have a picture of that QID, because this can lead you into a fine if at all you are found without a QID. So this is a lesson to learn. Whenever you are going anywhere, at least keep your QID with you, or a copy of your QID with you. Point. Guys, I'm mentioning all these points that you need to note. for those brothers and sisters of mine. Yes, I talked about the QID. Another thing, always drink water. You know, you might be taking that long to take water, but once you come here, just know taking water is a serious routine. You should and you have to keep taking water since we are living in a desert country. So it's mandatory at each and every time take water. And one point to note, do not take cold water. Yes, do not and never take cold water. At least take warm water. It will be good for your health. We are living in a desert country. The temperatures are so high, so you would need to take water at each and every point. Another issue, all point, whatever it might be. Here, food is full of chili. So expect to eat food, every food that you'll be ordering, each and every restaurant that will go, any food place that you'll have to go, food has got chili in it. I know most of us in Uganda, we don't normally take food with chili, but here it is the case. Whichever product that it be food has to go, like has got chili in it. So you need to get used to it. Yes, do not and never, another point, do not and never act suspicious whenever you find a police patrol or a police vehicle on the street or anywhere. You understand my point? You need to act serious even when you have all the documents with you. Never act suspicious. I will tell you one thing here, the police has got nothing to do every time they put on uniform. There is nothing like criminal cases here in Qatar. So every time you act suspicious, you're giving them work to do. So never at all act suspicious when you see a police vehicle. Another point, failure to work depending on your contract can lead you to prison or fine from your employer. Yes, I know you guys know that here we are working under contracts. These contracts that we read and understand. These contracts that we accept and say yes to work. These contracts have got probation periods. You have a probation period of 6 months. And then once you sign your contract, that means you are okay to work. Health-wise, climate-wise, in any condition. That means if you sign the contract, you are okay to work. So failure to follow your contract can lead you to a fine or to prison. That's why in most cases, I tell you guys, before you sign the contract, at least make sure you read it, because it will state everything. These contracts have to state everything. You know, there's a section where it says that if you fail to follow the contracts, blah, 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 will be as the outcomes. You know, so you need to read the contracts. So before you act anyhowly, you know what to do. You know what will happen to you. Another thing, metro is the cheapest and reliable means of transport. Yes, as you know, all these first world countries, most of these countries have got different transportation systems. We have got road transport. There is water transport. There is air and cargo. You know, there's a variety of transport systems in these given countries. But I'll tell you one thing, guys. Most of the employees or the workers here have got train as their main transportation system. Uber is so expensive, if you've noticed that in Qatar, because it's a very cheap, a very small journey can cost you at least from 10 riyals. You understand? So the only means of transport that you can use that can save your money, that is metro. And the biggest number of people here in Qatar do use metro as their reliable means of transport. Yes, another point. You need a license to drink beer or alcohol in Qatar. I'm telling you, my good sister, there is nowhere that you're going to find a shop selling beer in Qatar. You might be a good drinker. You might love to take alcohol so much, but you need a license to take alcohol. It doesn't mean that if you are found drunk at any point can lead you to, to being arrested or something. Yes, they will take you to police. They'll pick you from the street and take you to the police. But that doesn't mean it can lead you to jail. No. All they want is to keep you sober, and then when you are sober, then you are let to go. But you need a license to drink. Yes. The same goes to, for instance, if you want to get this license, there is a limit. Depends on how much you earn as your salary. So they limit that. If you earn from 10,000 Qatar riyals, that means you also have a limit on which kind of which alcohol you have to buy. So don't think it is so easy to get alcohol here. It is not easy, and it is not cheap as you think. Yes. Another point, traffic violation can lead to a penalty or a fine. And this is a very serious issue, because you will find that the Qatar government is making most of its revenue from traffic violation and fines. So get to know or have it in mind that if you're coming as a driver, you need to pay much attention when you are seated at the car seat, because once you violate any traffic rules or any traffic, or let's say you violate anything on the road, you need to pay a very big fine. I'm telling you, you need to pay a very big fine. It's not a cheap penalty. Another point is that you need to pay a lot of money for a driving license. It's not that cheap if you want to get a driving license here in Qatar. The driving license here starts from 3,000 plus, 3,700, 3,000 plus, and it will take you a very long period when you are under training, when you are under class sessions, so that at least you are classified to have this license. You understand? So it is so expensive to get. So that is it. And another point is that don't think you can have a unsatisfied relationship here in Qatar. If you know you are not married, if you know you don't have any marriage certificate, if you are under that category, you are not allowed to have any relationship in Qatar, unless when you have a document that shows you are married to that very person. And if you are found staying together in any given apartment, if you don't have these documents, I'm telling you, you'll face you'll face jail. You'll go to jail for this, and it is so serious. Those of you that those of you that are living in Qatar, you know what it means. It is so serious. The lucky ones do, live their life, but I'm telling you, if you are caught red-handed, I'm telling you, it is a very serious issue. Yes, relationships are not allowed. I'm not saying there is no relationships in Qatar. There is relationship. Everyone's doing whatever they want. It's a free environment, but it's not allowed. You are breaking the law if you don't have a certified certificate. Last point, and is the most serious point of all points that I've mentioned. A lot has been said about Gulf countries. Let me start like this. A lot has been said about Gulf countries, maids, blah, 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 blah. Mention it all. But I'm telling you, Qatar is the safest country I've ever lived. I've traveled many countries, but Qatar is the safest that I've ever lived. I'll give you some points that here, the police and other defense whatever departments do not even have any single crime to attend to in a day. So that's why you see in most cases, they are trying so hard, at least during their patrols, doing whatever they are doing, at least to find at least one. I will not say in a day, but in a month, at least one. So guys, Qatar is the leading safest country that I've ever seen. You can even go and Google it, but Qatar is the safest country I've ever lived in. Police is working, they're doing their job. Everyone seems to be safe wherever they. I'm telling you, here in Qatar, even if you lose your wallet, because they have got cameras everywhere, even if you lose your wallet, you lose your mobile, you lose anything, I'm telling you, someone behind you will pick it and will give it to you. Yeah, so guys, thank you for subscribing and watching my videos. I urge you to subscribe, guys. Don't forget to share this information for all those brothers and sisters of ours. I love you. See you again in another video.